Welcome to Daggers and Shadow Daddies.
We're your hosts, Ryan and Adriana. Close your legs and open your book. Let's get to reading.
Warning, this podcast contains explicit content.
It's about to get nasty.
It's all vibes and no facts.
Let's get to spoiling.
Wait, no, these are spoiler-free episodes.
Not the way I do it. It's the final countdown. Boom.
I'm not actually concerned we're going to have any issues by leaving that in there.
Yeah, so this is our last episode on this book.
Yeah, that got concerning. I was like, oh.
I like the dramatic pause. It could be our last episode. We don't know. We could both die tomorrow.
What the fuck? No, stop it.
I'm just throwing it out there. Guys, if another episode doesn't come out after this, we're probably dead. Ooh, we should do that. We should include that.
Include what?
That we're dead if another one doesn't come out. How cool would it be if, well, not cool, like, but it would be interesting. Imagine
Final
you listen to a podcast and you're like, hey, if this was the last episode, if you don't hear another one, it's because we're dead. And then boom, that's the last episode.
Could you imagine if it was me and then they investigate you? And
well, no, we both die in this scenario.
All right.
If one of us dies, we keep the podcast going.
That's messed up.
we don't really replace the other person. We just use our best impression of what the other one would be. I'm like, so I took notes this week, and these notes are amazing. This book is incredible, 5 stars. I love this book.
You would probably hit a level of crazy of doing both our parts.
Adriana, if you left town for a week, I would hit a level of crazy that would truly astonish people, as well as our children would not be okay with it. Like when I go work and I'm not home, the only thing that kind of keeps me afloat is pulling like 24-hour shifts and I'm by myself. Because otherwise I would go insane. Oh. If I have 5 minutes alone during the day, I'm constantly calling or texting you. I have separation anxiety.
You're like a little chihuahua.
Dude, it's so bad. Yeah, I piss myself sometimes.
Oh my God, you sound like our dog.
I bark at people. No, he doesn't piss himself. He pisses on our floors and couches. He's in a bad way. I talked about this with our son, and I do believe I'm going to be investing in doggy diapers because I want to keep him, and I'm worried that if he pees on something, you're going to get rid of him.
I'm not going to get rid of him.
Well, you're going to be okay with him dying.
I'll be at his funeral.
We're going to have like a real funeral for him. Like I'm going to put an ad out in the paper. I'm not even joking.
No, you're not joking.
I'm going to build him a little dog casket, which will be empty.
Stop. You're going to make yourself sad.
Well, other than I think about we're going to taxidermy him.
No,
yes,
we're not.
We taxidermy him.
We're supposed to be talking about a book right now, not taxidermying our dog.
Well, when he's passed. We're not going to do it while he's alive. We're not starting now. I've got him a glass eye just to start things off.
We went to dinner tonight and they had trivia, and I am so bad at trivia. You and the announcer host are discussing like, oh, how many people got this one? How many people got this one? And you're like, everybody got Black Sabbath, right? And I'm just like sitting there quietly. If I did not have you for trivia nights.
I would like to add that one was pretty easy though because it was an Ozzy Osbourne question. And Ozzy Osbourne was kicked out of Black Sabbath.
I don't know that.
Oh.
I don't know those things.
Well,
I don't know.
But you would, after this week you will, because there will be enough shit on TikTok about Ozzy Osbourne. R.I.P. Ozzy.
Yeah, I knew the trivia question of him biting the head off of a bat.
Yeah.
Ooh, trivia question for you guys. Didn't know this one. Where did that happen?
Oh, unrelated to the book trivia. This is just Aussie trivia.
This is just trivia that was at Old Chicago. It was a open-ended question, and I never considered to ever click on any of the Aussie articles that were talking about him biting this bat. He got a rabies shot, which is insane because I'm sure at the time it was incredibly painful. I think it's better now. And the answer to where it happened at, it was Des Moines, Iowa. And the host of Trivia Night, he was telling us that the way that it happened was a fan threw a literal bat on stage. He grabbed it thinking it was a prop and like ripped at it. But I also kind of don't believe this story that Ozzy gave. If you thought it was a toy bat and you go to bite and rip its head off, it's squirming in your hand a little bit immediately. But yeah, you're whatever on drugs. if a rubber bat, why would you think that you could? You're just going to embarrass yourself on stage chewing on a rubber bat.
The idea wasn't to swallow it. It was just to rip the head off of a toy bat. I do believe that story because Ozzy was really drugged out. And, you know, you've been recently removed from Black Sabbath. You're kind of a crazy rock star. I don't know. I could see this one. The really crazy thing to me is imagine you go to see a doctor. You're like, I need a rabies shot. Oh, what happened? Well, there was this thing with this bat. Well, did you get bit by it? Well, no, I actually bit the bat. That's a crazy... No, that doctor had never heard that before.
And what about the person that threw the bat? They needed a rabies shot. There was no mention of them. 2 people just got a rabies shot that night?
Well, they could have... I don't know, but they caught the bat at the show. I think they were already familiar with the bat. They could have had a bat glove.
What? They were just harboring a bat into the concert? Is what you... I would think that
First
they
of all,
found a
we've
bat.
snuck full-ass humans into concerts. I don't want to throw any shit. Getting a bat in a concert is not crazy. It was in their pocket.
I had no idea bats were so dangerous. This feels like new information in the last 5 years to me.
That's why Batman is scary to the villains.
Because they need rabies.
He's probably got rabies. They don't know better.
What is another Ozzy question that he had?
How many children? Legitimate children does Ozzy Osbourne have? And I got that one wrong. I forgot about his first.
I thought it was 3. We were back and forth with 4. If you're thinking about him being on the show, you're wrong. He has more kids that are on the show. But everyone kind of eventually learned that there was one kid that didn't want to be on the show. But that still doesn't get you the count. What was the answer?
If you include his adopted child, so he has 5 biological children plus one that he adopted with his first wife.
And that's where the answer is 6.
Yes. And that's where I kept fucking it up because I knew that he had 3 with Sharon biologically, and then he had adopted one. So I thought it was 4. I completely forgot that the one that he adopted was his first wife's child, and that he also had 2 children with his first wife.
I know very little about him.
So he was big in he was big off and on forever, but he had a show. And before that show, Sharon Osbourne kind of gained some fame when we were relatively young.
Why do I associate Cher with them? Is there any reason, or am I just ridiculous?
Dark, long hair.
Yeah.
I mean, Sharon's not a long-haired person, but
Ozzy. She has
Ozzy...
short red hair. I didn't know if they ever did anything together.
Not that I'm aware of.
No.
That would be very funny, though. A Cher Ozzy crossover would be amazing. Can you imagine, instead of Sonny and Cher, right, for I Got You Baby was just Ozzy and Cher?
Does Cher look like she could be in Wednesday Addams,
Yes.
that lady?
Cher kind of has a Morticia vibe,
Yeah.
but not like a sexy Morticia. I don't know. I've never been into Cher.
And I'm pulling this all together back into the book in that I think this main character has long, sleek black hair, and she's in a black dress, and it just was giving Exorcist and Wednesday vibes at the end of these last chapters.
That works, because I imagine her aunt is like Morticia.
Oh, yes, you've been saying this. You're like, she gives witchy vibes this whole time. Yeah. It's actually just Cher.
Yeah, I don't like that as much. I'm going back to Morticia. Fuck it, Elvira.
Ooh.
Make it real horny.
My favorite bit of this last set of chapters was the fight scene, because I was imagining her fighting like Exorcist style, like she's crawling on the floor with her hands backwards, I don't know, upside down.
Like crab walking.
Yeah, and her head's all backwards and cocked to the side, and they're like, oh my God, and they hit her with a bat or something. That's how she gets cut on her head.
Do you know how she got the cut on her head?
No, I don't.
He slammed her head into a stone wall. Just grabbed her by the face and full on just rocked her against the wall while using the super soldier card.
Okay, yeah, that's how it's on her face. Because then later, Raven's like looking at her, and she's like not obviously there. It's the nightmare, and I think Elm says, she's got a pretty good gash on her. So
that does not mean what you think it means.
What's that mean?
Gash is slang for vagina.
What?
It's a grotesque slang word for it, but I vividly remember hearing this from the old dudes on the railroad.
What?
Yep. She's got a pretty good gash on her. It's weird that that's not the first time I've heard that phrase.
Okay, if you look up gash meaning, number 1, a long, deep slash, cut, or wound. Number 2, vulgar slang. And yeah, it's
Do you want to try phrasing that differently?
no
She has an open wound on her.
PSA to everyone. Everyone needs to learn this.
Well, I don't know that it's quite as rare of a phrasing.
What?
As
I've
you believe it to
never
be.
heard. You've never even just in passing said that as a joke.
First of all, I'm going to be real honest. I have a hard time with vulgar slang for the vagina.
okay,
Period. I don't
that's
like
fair.
vulgar vagina slang. I think we keep the poos pristine. You know what I'm saying? Although I love the word cunt because it's not vulgar. It's just a great word. Hey, if you know us and you're listening to this, just want to throw us out there. The word cunt is awesome. You can quit listening whenever you want.
We should just, before every episode, just say the word cunt and then we're going to get a call.
Yeah. This is a continuation of our current reading of this book.
Anyways, no, I guess she has a very large cut on her head and Elm points it out.
Okay, earlier you didn't say she has a very large gash, which is so funny to me. If you would have said she has a very large gash, I might have laughed even harder. Because you said she's got a pretty good gash on her. And I was like, you were giving her quality points. And now you're just like, it's gaping. She's got this gaping gash.
It is a gaping wound, but not.
But you're not wrong. She has good gash, what we've heard.
No.
See, it's a really gross word unless you say it in a fun way.
I'm really grossed out. I did not know this was a thing. I'm still kind of trying to accept this.
Well,
But also
again,
trying
if
to
you're
talk about the book
around
with you.
men, if you're around enough men where they think there's no chance of a woman hearing them talk, you're going to find out most words eventually circle back to that.
No, I don't really spend that much time around a lot of men,
That's
let alone ones that are going to speak like that.
well, to be fair, they know that you're there.
Exactly. That was my favorite scene to get us back on track. Was that entire fight scene, and we were driving up to Montana, and I am so glad I was not the one driving. If I was driving during this, the amount of like times that I hit your shoulder and was like shaking you, just was like, oh my God, it's happening, or whatever was going on. It would have not been safe.
I did realize why I can get through these chapters more quickly than you can. And it is because when something surprising happens, I keep going through it, and you stop and you really take a moment with it. You like pause it and you're like, you are kidding me. And I'm like, we can't talk about this right now. We have to wait until we can record. And you're like, oh, but are you kidding me? And I'm like, okay, she's got to sit with this one for a minute. I think you're more immersed in the books than I am, and that's why it takes you longer.
I'm more immersed in it, but I don't catch near as like it's almost like in one ear and out the other. That's
But
weird.
you're experiencing it.
I am. And the amount of details that get changed just because I'm imagining myself in this scene. In this fight scene, it was like me sitting in the corner of the room just watching this happen.
You were just cucking this fight.
Yeah, the whole time. And over like sitting on the bed. It also, the scene reminded...
You're on the bed? What the
well,
fuck?
she's off the bed.
Well,
They're
she's in the
fighting.
chair.
Oh.
It's a cuck reversal. Initially, she's tied to a chair.
And as the scene was playing through, I was starting to think of The Exorcist. I went and tried watching The Exorcist when I turned 14, I think, because I was old enough to watch it when it came out.
Which one?
I think the word Rose comes to
The
mind.
Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Yeah, I think it's that one that came out.
That makes sense.
And I got far enough to see her do freaky things in the bedroom.
First of all, it doesn't mean what you think it means.
It does.
She's doing freaky things in the bedroom.
She was doing freaky things.
What you watched was not an exorcism movie. It was just the weirdest porn.
And it freaked me out so much that I left and went to The Nightmare Before Christmas or something like that.
Okay.
That was in the movie theater next door. I just left my friends. I was just like, I can't do that. I still can't do scary movies to this day
It's okay.
at all.
I'm excited
But-
for our daughter to get old enough to watch them with me because I miss scary movies a little bit.
That was really my only reference for this scene, was that moment at 14 years old in the movie theater, seeing her like be weird, being
What wild movie theater was just playing The Nightmare Before Christmas?
It came out. No, it wasn't The Nightmare Before Christmas. It was the wedding one.
Corpse Bride.
The Corpse Bride. That
was also a good one. Tim Burton really had some bangers.
And the other reference that I had, again, I couldn't finish it, was The Ring. That weird child thing. And it's like around the house or something like that. I was also having that moment for the scene. But it was much funnier in this book than it was those two movies. Those freaked me out and those are scary.
I remember The Ring being such a big deal because I think we were in middle school or grade school when The Ring came out.
Oh, I was a grown-ass adult with you trying to watch it. You're like,
right.
oh, you're going to love it. You're older now.
I thought it was, because it's like a classic horror movie, but it's not super scary. Like it's, you know what I mean? There's no plausibility to it. So it's kind of like The Exorcist. I think you were a very devout Christian watching The Exorcist. That might have made it seem more real to you.
That
you were like, they're possessed.
You also told me the stories about your cousin's haunted house.
Oh, here's the thing. I'm not going to lie.
Nope, Gordy, we can't get into it. We can't get into it.
It'll freak you out.
It'll freak me out. But when you're sharing stories about you personally and your experiences in a house that your family lived in, you were like hanging out there.
Sweet old Victoria.
And then you're like,
yeah,
and you said something about, like The Ring, because I never finished it. So I could be completely off base here. It had something to do with
you're right.
Crematorium.
It was a mortuary.
Yeah.
Or a crematorium in the basement of this old Victorian house. And then they had this almost like a well underneeth the house. It was like a stone well.
Yeah, you told me.
Boards over.
You told me your cousin's house, the haunted one, had that in their basement.
Yeah, no, that's 100% correct. But I would like to add...
And you're like, let's go watch The Ring. It's so much fun.
Well, we weren't going to watch it in their basement.
No!
But it's not a documentary.
I won't even let you drive me by that house.
I know.
You've tried, and I'm like, nope.
I know. I've been driving around that house whenever we're in that town for almost 16 years.
Well, now I'm all freaked out. This scene was not that freaky.
Well, okay. It was not freaky.
But she was possessed.
The imagery was cool because she is literally possessed. But we'll get into this scene because you're right. It's in the top 2 favorite scenes
out of all the books.
Oh, no.
Oh.
No. Okay.
Oh, right.
Good.
Right.
It was good. I'm going to be real honest. The Gods and Monsters series does fight scenes really well.
Okay. I think for this one, it was such a huge leap in this fight scene for her, but I like that she can't do it and she's like possessed in order to do it. And I don't know, that seemed fun and unique to me.
I love the fact that the nightmare was like, I'm going to take care of you, little bird.
Yeah.
And then she's like, help me. And he's like, how sure are you? Because there's not a lot of you left. I'm going to take your ass over if you get the help. And she's like, please, for the love of Christ, help me. And he's like, okay, fine. I'll do it.
I don't think that she's gone. I think she's resting.
Well, yeah, I agree. I don't think she's gone. I think she's just replaced him. I don't believe that the nightmare became arbitrarily more powerful. I think she gave parts of her consciousness to him. I think that's kind of the exchange. And there's a limit of what each one of them can possess of the other. So now she's going to be, like, she'll eventually build up some power, and then she will become the little voice in his head. And I think what would be really cool is if she started tapping on things like he did, but instead it's just like a little tap from her boot or her shoe or something.
Is it going to be awkward with Raven trying to flirt with? Like, how's that
You think it's going to be weird when Raven tries to fuck the nightmare? I told you he craves the claw. All right? He yearns for that magical touch.
It's going to be 75% through we get Elspeth back.
Oh, at least. Of the next book?
Yeah.
I think we're going to be introduced to Elspeth in the first 20% of the next book. Again, as a potential thing. There's going to be some more complications. They're going to get their hands on that card, and the idea is they get their hands on all 12 cards. That means with Elspeth's powers, the nightmare could be made whole again by all the things that he gave up, because her power is to absorb whatever he gave up from those cards.
What did you think about the conversation with the nightmare and the king?
I fucking loved it.
That seemed like such a you scene.
I liked it because there's a dynamic, and I love that the king didn't come in all wimpy either. The king came in and was like, hey, you've pissed me off. Nothing is going to give me more joy than a slow, agonizing death that I can deliver to you. And the nightmare's like, that's a cute story, but you fucking need me. And it was just, I love the power dynamic of it.
I like to imagine that the Shepherd King is like this.
Jesus?
No.
The king is my shepherd, I shall not want.
Describe our brother-in-law.
Oh, I got this. He's a grizzly bear of a human.
Yeah, and he's
Just
in his tiny
big
woman's...
man. To be fair, it's the opposite of our brother-in-law.
Complete opposite.
My sister's husband is how he is both of our brother-in-law.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
Well, because that is it. It's
the only way.
Yeah, it's the only way. But yeah, he is a big soft man.
So I like to imagine that type of build is what the Shepherd King had. And he had that confidence of someone with that stature. And he's inside her body and he's still speaking with that same confidence of that stature with the king.
The irony being, our brother-in-law, one of my favorite human beings on the entire planet, he does not have that confidence. He has the stature. But he is the most meek, mellow dude. For a dude that I'm a pretty big man.
Unless you piss him off,
though.
though.
Throw me out a window. Well, that's the thing. Yeah, if you get him really mad, I've managed to do that a few times. I don't think anybody has ever pissed him off as much as I have. And he has managed to not murder me. But even then, he handles it quietly. You know, he's not like going to scream at you.
And that's very similar to the nightmare here. He's just sitting there just like, I have this information.
Oh, see, and I take this a little differently. The nightmare is there on his own accord, right? He's like, yeah, I'm in this prison cell. And the king's like, well, why isn't he fucking chained up? And they're like, well, we lost a few good men trying. And the king's like, all right, I'll talk to this motherfucker. What's your deal? We're going to subdue you. And he's like, yeah, you're going to do what I let you do, first of all. And you fucking need me. And the king's like, I still want you dead. And he's like, nah, fuck you. You don't get to kill me. Like, your ancestors were barbarians. I will murder you. I don't know. The whole scene. I love the nightmare as a character, especially in these last few chapters. The character who I've just gradually fallen out of love with is Raven.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
The way he handles the situation with Elspeth after he talks to a nightmare in her head. When she wakes up the next morning, which is maybe where, well, let's start these chapters because let's all reverse all the way through this thing.
We ended on chapter 28 where you went ahead. They just got done banging and she woke up before him and ran into Jesper in a sheer gown out in the hallway.
Hey, what song do we think of?
I never know.
No, but do you have a song that you're thinking of? Number one I want to ask you for a song for Raven U. For just before they started fucking. And then I'm going to ask you a song for Elspeth the morning she's sneaking out.
I'm thinking something 2000s rock style.
Okay.
Am I on the right track?
Well, this is up to you. This is actually an opinion thing.
No, I don't have guesses. I don't think about music when reading books, and I'm so sorry. I'm trying to guess your song.
I'm thinking just like drugs, right?
Which song? I'm sure there's lots of them called that.
Oh, I lied. Girls is the song I was thinking of.
Oh, I like the girls that do drugs.
Yeah.
And then it's like, dun, dun. Yeah, I can't even sing it.
But this is my Raven U song.
I'll take it below on Spotify, this song.
So we have the song in the next morning from like an Elspeth point of view.
What's the name of the song?
Angel of the Morning.
Why does that come to your mind with her? Okay, this song has the vibes of her just swaying down the hallways like half nude in her sheer outfit, and then Jesper's just like, oh, someone's having a good morning.
Well, I think it also matches her feelings. Like, okay, the lyrics. There'll be no strings to bind your hands, not if my love can't bind your heart. As in like, hey, if you don't love me, let's not get carried away here, right? And then there's no need to take a stand, for it was I who chose to start. Like, you don't have to stick up for me. I can do my own shit. I see no need to take me home. I'm old enough to face the dawn. So she's not trying to get him up in the morning and take responsibility for the fucking. Right. I don't know. I just think it's
No, it sounds
perfect.
perfect.
And then just call me Angel of the Morning. Angel. And she's calling him Angel, which I don't love either. But touch my cheek before you leave me, baby. And then there's his song the next morning. Again, I know these are all cliched, but they're also really good for this. And then for his point of view,
This sounds like a banjo twangy song.
it's Charlie Bride.
Oh, these songs are cute together.
Right? I thought it would be adorable. And now we can get into it. Then there's another song for She's Busted in the Hallway, Naked.
Oh, what song is that?
It's, nope. I was going to come up with a song where it's just about some girl wanting to fuck your sister,
Oh, damn.
but I couldn't think of what that might be. Raven's girl has got it going on. Awesome.
And then they have an awkward morning, an awkward breakfast, because I think everyone kind of shows up and they recognize that those two banged. Was it
Oh, everybody shows up. Who's the last two people to show up?
Raven and Elspeth?
Yeah, Elspeth shows up. She's like, oh, good morning, everybody. And they're all like, okay, cool. Elm's not picking up on anything that's happening around him.
Doesn't
Not a
Raven come
goddamn
out
thing.
smiling?
Yeah, Raven comes out grinning ear to ear, stealing food off of people's plates, just whistling into himself, just having a great time. He's still half rocked up. Everybody's like, the fuck's going on with you? And he's like, oh, I'll never tell my secrets. Dude, it'd be a real shame to kiss and tell, wouldn't it? And then he goes over and he just kisses her on the nipple. And Elm's like, God damn it. What are you guys doing? And Raven's just like, oh, I can describe it to you, boy. Yeah. That's
It's
how
the day that Emery had to go back, too.
Yeah, well, that's what makes it a little bit fucked up that he's all grinning and happy about things. Meanwhile, Emery's like, cool, you finally got laid and I got to go back to prison. This sucks. But everybody leaves the room for him. Again.
They do? Why?
Never mind. Elm leaves the room in disgust.
Like, that makes sense.
Yep, that's what happened.
Emery tells them he wants to see the trees before they go back to the castle. So they're like doing this little detour. Emery says he thought Elspeth was going to kiss him because that's the way the story goes. It's about how the maiden kisses the boy. And it was right after she kissed Raven as they're like walking around. And this is one of those moments where I'm pausing and you're like, please, can we continue? Just let it play through and then we'll talk. I'm like, no, I got to pause it and talk about it right now. It's on my mind because if I get the answer later, then I don't know, I have the question now.
I'm all for it. I just sometimes am shocked by what you think I know before you know. I don't know anything you don't know while we're reading these.
You even said the answer. You're like, you think that Raven is the boy.
Yeah.
It never clicked that Raven could be the boy. You assumed that Emery was onto something. I did.
Well, you may be onto something.
No, I never am.
Here's the thing. What I will say is Raven isn't a boy. She fucked him. He's a man now.
He lost his virginity last night.
They're out here collecting. She's like, I got a 13th card. His V card. Raven thinks he's in love because he's never come in a person before.
So fucked up.
Like, this is incredible. To be fair, that is how it works.
That's how boys fall in love.
Well, not all the time. Sometimes boys fall in love with all kinds of other things. Cars. You shouldn't fuck your car. No matter how much you like it. I've had some cars that I really thought were special. Don't fuck them. You only make that mistake once.
Oh,
If you do it again, you're a pervert. Don't-
one time's fine.
Well, you can do anything once. That was, Dolly Parton, I think. No, Betty White. That's Betty White's wisdom.
You have to say it. I don't know it.
No, you just try anything once.
Oh,
That was her
okay.
big thing.
I'm getting you back on track. No,
Oh, okay.
we're not continuing that.
All right, yeah, no, don't fuck your cars. Boys fall in love. Oftentimes, the first time they have sex, they become obsessed with wanting to have sex again.
But I liked your theory that the story was actually about Raven. And I think she pulls Emery aside while Raven and Elm are, I don't know,
Jacking each other off.
they're like talking about something. And she asks Emery to touch
He's
her.
over there telling Elm how sex works. He's like, no, dude, you're not going to believe it. It's higher than you think, but lower than you think. I know I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's not where you think it is right away.
I don't think he's a virgin.
Well, not anymore. We know
you definitely proved me
definitively
wrong.
he's not. You're right. Because I think, is this the book where he went down on her and he knew just what he was doing?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so at the bare minimum, he's explored a bit.
Yes. But she asks Emery to touch her, to read her. And he sees her, but he also sees a creature wrapped around her spine. That was weird imagery. Emery says he is in the chamber on the stone. I think referencing, where is the Shepherd King? He's back there in that chamber still.
Yeah.
That was confusing.
Well, it was later reiterated, so it made sense to us.
You gotta tell me.
I wasn't sure. I thought, no.
Spoon feed these details. If the book did not do it,
Well,
I will not get there.
The book did. So this is why I was going to go with, she brings up later, why would they write on this stone?
Oh, yeah, it's his grave.
Correct. And that's where she ends up digging through the mud and the dirt and stuff. The nightmare takes over her body. She sleepwalks there.
Yeah.
And that's all about him trying to find his bod. His sexy, sexy bod.
Oh, maybe, what? Are we going to get reviving a corpse in the next book?
Well, it would be cool if they could separate. Otherwise, every single sexual encounter that they ever have from here on out is a threesome.
And then I have the quote, the girl, the king, and the monster they became. We don't just keep the monster they became in book 2 to the end and that live happily ever after, all 3 of them?
Well, they could separate, become less rude to random people, and then neither one of them would be a monster anymore. Again, I think she's going to absorb the cards.
I think so, too.
And that's
I think
what's
she
going to
needs
make
to
him
touch all of
whole.
them.
Yeah, she touches them, and Raven touches her. Maybe Elm does at some point. I'm still kind of holding out hope. I don't think Elm should become a love interest. I actually think he's going to become a love interest for the cousin, so that she still gets to be powerful and royal, and once they have all the cards, they can take the magic away and all this other nonsense. Everybody goes back to normal.
I wondered this when she giggled at one of his jokes.
That's all it takes.
That's all it was.
He's a funny, handsome well, and also Elm's quite the handsome guy.
Yes.
He's got
handsome.
crazy red hair and very super green eyes, but according to our destrier captain, he's even better looking.
I wonder if he asked a question to her during the truth or truth game.
He asked a question to his brother.
He did. I wrote all these down too.
Yeah, and that's where I was like, oh, he's going to be the love interest. Because he also makes a comment when his brother's a tool. He's like, well, you dumb son of a bitch. I would never use a scythe card on a woman that I...
That's what it was. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I think he was...
And just 12 sentences later, Raven's creeping through the mind of a girl he promised he wouldn't do that to.
I was in shock. That was the moment where it's a good thing I was not driving. I think we would have been in the ditch.
Yeah, we would have all died.
But back to chapter 9. I think she's having a nightmare.
It is not chapter 9.
Chapter 29.
Hey, let's go all the way back to chapter 9.
And I think she sleptwalked to the chamber in front of the Shepherd King.
Is that what that term is? Sleptwalk? I think it's sleepwalked still. No?
I don't know. Sleptwalk? Sleepwalked? Slept?
No, sleepwalked.
She sleepwalked.
No, it doesn't sound...
Sounds better to me.
Okay. No, I think you're probably correct. I don't understand grammar.
I just went with what felt natural. I don't know.
I like that. I've just never heard of sleptwalked.
To the chamber in front of the Shepherd King gravestone / card box. And then she awoke back in bed. I think that's when we learned that it was for sure the gravestone. She argues with the Shepherd King about him using her. And I kind of agree with her that he used her to go look for his body.
Yeah, but also she does not give him credit at all for all of the times that he's saving and defending her and warning her of impending danger.
She didn't give permission on this one.
Correct. Yeah, no, he was wrong in this, but I'm just saying they're both shitbirds.
Do you think that they could...
Also, it's his body, too.
Yeah.
She gets to have sex with it. I think he can go dig a hole.
Do you think that they could be awake for 24 hours? It seems like she had a full day after this event.
Well, it does seem that way, but I might add, eventually, I don't think your system's going to handle that. You need downtime. You got to recharge.
They just take turns.
Poor Raven's going to be exhausted.
She argues with the Shepherd King about him using her. He says that he saved her. Oh, yeah, they are arguing. He's like, I saved you. And she said it was to save himself. He then says she has little to no time. So they're like having this argument. He's like, it doesn't matter. You're running out of time. Time is running out.
Time's running out. I don't think that's what he was doing there. I think he was saying, you're running out of time, period. You need to somewhat come to terms with the idea that it's our body.
So do you think he went and dug up his grave using her body because her time is running out?
I think he went to go check on things. I don't know if he dug up his body. I mean, we don't hear as to what he would have done with a corpse.
Yeah, what was the plan?
I think he was actually going for the card. He may have hidden the card near his grave.
Oh.
I don't know. It's a guess.
Yeah, he said he left it there and he died.
Well, he said he left. He left the card somewhere. He knows where that card is, supposedly.
Oh, it would be so cool if it's in his grave. He died with it.
Yeah.
It's like you gave up your entire body and the card is still there in your hand that you're...
The Twin Alders, which whatever its superpower is, would be... Yeah, because it would make sense that she would have been like, fuck it, I'm taking your life for the card. You got the card. Now you're with it eternally.
Fascinating.
Just a guess.
I think that... Okay, that's a lot to take in. Back to this. It's her sister's name day. And she's going to bring the captain. This is a first-time thing. This is a big deal. She's bringing a boy.
Half-sisters.
Yep. And they have the plan to steal the well card from her father. When they were riding to her father's house, she spoke out loud from the book without realizing. I think they're like all on horses, or maybe she's in a carriage, and they're talking. All of a sudden, she just like speaks out loud, repeating the book. And it was just a weird moment because it's like she's losing her mind.
Yeah, a little bit. So Elm brought up something, and then she brought up a little rhyming factoid, like what the nightmare's always doing.
Yeah, like she was acting like him.
Which, imagine you have somebody living in your head that speaks in riddle and rhyme all the time. You're going to probably pick it up.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't believe she was possessed in that moment, but maybe she was.
I have Raven looked sexy tired after sparring all day. So I think Raven showed up to her father's place after a long day of sparring because they were in trouble for something.
Letting the boy go.
Yes, letting the boy go.
Losing the parents, and also Emery sneaking out.
That was it. The king, Hoth, and Ione showed up for the girls' name day. Interesting, though, is Elspeth's uncle showed up, but not her aunt and her cousins.
Yeah.
That was an odd detail. When I saw that, that seemed more like there's a setup. There's going to be an ambush, and her uncle's aware of it, and he wanted to make sure they weren't there.
Yeah, well, also, it's a bit of a setup later when he comes looking for her, and he's like, your aunt's upstairs in your room, and she's semi-delirious.
Yeah.
We kind of knew he was up to no good the whole time. It wasn't like a real
But this is how I am with books. I'll, like, get to this part, the end of chapter 29. I hear this about the uncle. Her aunt and cousins aren't there. I'm like, oh, the uncle's up to something. And then I forget it. And then we get to the uncle is like, hey, your aunt's upstairs. I'm like, oh, aunt's upstairs. And then she's walking up the stairs and I'm like, uh-oh, I don't think the aunt's upstairs.
He's suspicious the whole time. He's looking away from her. He won't look at her.
But I forgot all about this little
He makes
tidbit.
a noise and she's like, is everything okay? He's like, yep, everything's cool. Ignore me. Keep moving. Like, we knew the whole time the uncle was bad news.
I thought it was that it was how the scene played out, or the scythe card, and he was trying to hide his eyes because she can see like a glassy look on their eyes.
She describes glassy eyes when somebody's holding back tears.
Okay, not glassy, but I thought
No,
she knew
correct.
when they're under the spell of the scythe.
Yeah, so it's brought up that they kind of look lifeless. There's no light.
Yeah,
in their
that's
eyes.
it.
And initially, that's kind of what you're left to assume, other than the uncle's eyes look glassy when he goes to leave her. Because he's
Right.
like, oh, she's like, you used a scythe card on my uncle. And he's like, you want to clear this up for her, Taryn? He's like, we didn't do shit.
It's actually
chose
sadder
to
than
do.
you think.
Yeah, and then she was even sadder because she wasn't surprised by it.
Yeah, well, there was breadcrumbs everywhere because he also had to be paid to keep her. That's sad. Chapter 30. She, Raven, and Elm and Jesper snuck upstairs. Elm asked, she goes with him because he doesn't trust her.
Yes and no. I think it's a mix of he doesn't trust her, and also he wants her to be with him to find that card in that room. They're up in her father's study is kind of the idea.
Yeah.
And he's like, also, she can fucking see the cards.
Yeah, it just seems like back to what we were saying in the last little bit. The amount of time she hangs out with Elm
I would agree.
is a lot more than I expected.
I would agree.
Elm and her, startled by her father's butler. I think he shows up in like this library room. I was picturing like this big open library. It's like her father's
It's a study.
Yeah. And they're shuffling around, and then the butler walks in. He's like, oh, didn't know you were there. And they wondered if her father used the card, and that's why it's not in there. He used it. That's how he knows. And Elm made the butler guy bow to her before he left. He used
Which is, again, a real charming move. He's like, you treat her with respect, too. How do you like that, fucking dummy?
I didn't know what to take of it. Like, I liked it, but I also don't like the scythe card.
I would agree. In general, it's kind of bad. Mind controlling people's a dick move.
Yeah. Elm and her talk about how Elm is betraying his family, and I think she recognizes that she would do the same in his situation.
Well, yeah, because she brings up, you don't trust me. How can I trust you? How do I know that you're really going to betray your family? And he's like, bitch, they're not my family. Fuck them. He's like, also, I'm literally committing treason.
Elm thinks Elspeth will betray Raven, and she says she would never, at least unknowingly. He's
no,
like,
at least knowingly.
Yeah, at least she wouldn't unknowingly.
No. If she did, it would be unknowing.
Yeah.
She would not do so knowingly.
There we go. And I think she even says that out loud. And he's like, wait, what?
He's like, the fuck do you mean you don't know?
Yeah, that happens again. Ione found the four of them. So they all get back together. They didn't find the wild card. Ione shows up and invites them.
Ione pops up out of fucking nowhere.
Oh,
Because Elspeth is talking shit. She's like, well, I'll keep looking. Nobody's going to notice if I'm not there. And Ione's like, I wish you wouldn't count me out like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, motherfucker. Like, I like to think Ione's like 4'3", and they've all just been having this conversation, and she just pops up in the middle of them. They just didn't see her coming.
And she invites them to all sit with her. Now we know, after going through the chapters, that I think this whole time she was being compelled to find them and invite them to sit by her, prepare the goblets, all because of the scythe.
Correct. That's what Elm comes to. Elm grabs her by the face.
While they're sitting, yeah.
And he's like, God damn it, what did you do, Hawthorne? She's like, only what I was instructed to do. It reminds me of the Meet the Robinsons, like the little hat. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, with the little frogs.
With the frogs and the T-Rex. But they answer everything like this. This is weird. Like, I don't know. I just fucking love that movie. But
what was the scene with the little frog? Oh, it's where they constantly tell him how bad his plan is.
It seems like a really, really bad idea. And then the dinosaur is like, I have tiny short arms. I can't reach.
It just seems like maybe we didn't think through this whole problem.
Yeah,
or something like that.
It seems like maybe this plan was not thought through very well.
So we learned that because I just loved his forwardness in figuring this out and just like, what the hell is going on?
Okay, but how dumb are all of these people? She says, come sit with me. It's brought up that there are 6 goblets, 5 of them sitting there. They all chugged their goblets of wine immediately, other than Elspeth, who drank some, but not all of it, right away. And then they're like, oh, this wine tastes a little funny. Whoa, what is this? Oh, it's special goblet juice. Oh, goddamn, now we're really in trouble. And she's like, and it was at that moment that I realized there were 6 goblets and only 5 of us.
We would be relying on you. I mean, look at how much I remember in these books. I'm like, oh, the uncle's up to no good. And then I forget all about it. I'm like, oh my God, he's up to no good. I think in this situation, I'd be like, oh, there's 5 of us. 6 cups. Fascinating. Sit down and be like, oh, what good wine.
Also, you guys are all committing treason. One of the 2 people who you're pretty sure actually knows what you're up to just invited you all to sit down. Nobody is planning for that.
I like to think I could figure it out in this situation. But I rely on you. Like, even tonight at dinner at trivia, I suck at trivia.
But this part isn't trivia.
No, but I just mean I don't know.
You're so fucking smart.
I have my skills. I don't think perception
you
is
do.
one of them.
That's true. That's how you got stuck with me to begin with. I tricked you into it.
And this scene was so good. I really liked this. I love this different game. I would obviously never play it, and I like how Elspeth is like, what the fuck, you guys play this? Is like, it was almost like a kid's game, like Spin the Bottle or whatever those. I never played that game.
This is like Russian roulette is really what it is.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as
they're
like
all committing
kids.
treason. Well, yeah, as children, this would have been fun. Because your secrets, while they may have been incredibly detrimental to friendships, not the end of the world. Their current situation is bad. All around bad. I would like to think that I would have dominated this game.
Really? Why would you think you would dominate?
2 reasons. Number one, they bring up so many times that the question is just as important as the answer. They're not asking specific questions. When he asks what happened to her arm, all she has to say is, I broke my wrist. That answers what happened to your arm. He does not ask, in what way does it happen?
Yeah, I was looking for something more clever of a response from any of them.
Any of them. There was nothing clever going on here. And then Raven's whole part of this was weird and masturbatory because Hoth brings it up. He's like, that motherfucker can say whatever he wants. This does not affect him. And I'm like, well, then why did you put 6 goblets there? Fuck, man. You didn't need to. This could have just as easily been dosed to Elspeth conversationally, because that's also the only one that he really wanted to hear this from.
Could you imagine just giving everyone regular drinks except for Elspeth's, and then you just casually ask her a question, all of a sudden she feels compelled to answer and realizes the scythe card is being used on her? No, not the scythe, the chalice is being used on her.
Yeah, I think you could have gotten away with this much more easily than now. Everybody be prepared in a circle. And don't worry, I'll start. Because this is the thing. Hoth is sporting in this scene.
I was actually surprised he gave himself some.
That's what I'm saying, is he was sporting about it. And everybody's like, oh, are you jealous of Raven? No, do you want to take Raven's job? Why are any of you asking? You don't need the chalice. Yes, this is also very obvious.
I think hearing that outright from Hoth is nice.
Yeah, but then why beat around the bush with, are you jealous of Raven? Yes. Do you want to take his job? Yes. Do you want him to quit being employed by the Destriers? Yes.
When you say it like that.
That's literally what happened. If you just take away all the fluffy nonsense.
Well,
and then at one point...
I'm just staring straight forward. Yes.
Well, he fights it for the first one. He tries to lie a bunch, and it doesn't work. Don't worry, he's not fucking poisoned. How? He attempted to lie more than she did. Her weak little constitution.
She attempted to lie for longer.
But it was all in her head. She was just thinking through answers. She only tried to say one wrong thing out loud.
Maybe the whole time that you're not doing it is you attempting to lie.
It seems like these rules are not clearly defined.
They're not clearly defined, but we do learn now that this isn't a great card. Like in the beginning, I think the first bit of chapters we did, we're like, dude, this is the best card.
I still accidentally
card. Poison somebody. It would be the easiest card. I would say the best with that, but I thought you use the card and it'll poison, right? The drinks, just as Hoth used it. But I thought the consequence was, yeah, it is poisoning them if they don't tell the truth. It's not that bad of a card.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's a good card, and especially the only downside, which I think we brought up then, is if you are asking somebody questions that they refuse to be honest about and you do not want them to die.
Yeah, if they're willing to die, to not answer.
But not to worry, the fucking Raven's butler's got an antidote on him, which is crazy.
They have an antidote to this.
Yeah, they cure her of it the next day. I'm like, this is not that big a deal. Also, do you know what she wasted most of this poison lying about?
How?
Do you love Raven? I wasn't ready to say it out loud, but I do love Raven, but I don't want to say it out loud. No. Yes, I love him.
Well, I think it would feel embarrassing to be the first to say it like that in that scenario. And I do agree that Ione took away that moment.
Yeah, Ione was an asshole by taking away that moment. But also, don't worry, you got to get your feelings out before the fucking nightmare finished taking you over. That's a real bonus. The nightmare's been saying just be fucking honest with him. All of the problems in this entire scene including her being poisoned, including Raven entering her mind, would have been solved if she felt it was terrible what Raven did. But if she had been honest with him at any one of the given points where it would have been easy for her to be honest with him, none of this nonsense.
But they're not that close. It's only been how long since the beginning of the book?
You live with him, you fuck him, you can say, you know how I'm a magic critter and you're a magic critter? Well, I got another magic critter in my mind. That's all you got to say.
Yeah, but
he's like, can I read your mind? No, you may not, or I will fucking bust out my magic critter claw and murder.
I don't think it's as easy as you're making it sound. I think
what is the alternative? She's trying to build a life. She claims to love him. Not only does she claim it, she is literally being compelled to admit it.
Yeah, in this moment, but all those opportunities that you're saying that she should be sharing, hey, there's a dude inside my head. Maybe she didn't love him yet at that point.
Yeah, it develops when she fucked him. He's got that magic love wand.
I think it's more complex. I think you're oversimplifying. I think you're
probably correct that it's complex, but I would like to add, I don't believe it is as complex as she's making it. And also, as opposed to telling him, get out of my head. No, Raven, no. Just say, get the fuck out of here. The nightmare was chill until he became intrusive and she seemed distraught.
She was very stressed out.
And then the nightmare showed up like a guard dog with a mailman at the door.
He was like, booga booga.
She said, get out, which was probably my favorite line in the entire book.
And I think he said his full name too.
Well, so when he entered her mind, he's like, Raven, you get the fuck out. She said to leave. And I enjoyed the assertiveness of it all. But I think
I don't think it was worth
amazing.
Dying over. And I do think a little bit of cleverness
would have gone a long fucking way.
Yeah, I was really prepared for that, especially when Raven said what he said of you have to answer it in a different way. I found it odd that he didn't just say that out loud.
Well, because then Hoth knows that she's full of nonsense. If he would have just said it in her mind, if he felt the need to intrude on her mind the way that he did, he could have just said, tell him you broke it in the woods.
Yeah.
It's that fucking easy.
Yeah.
You do not need to be overly specific. I feel like this is how you treat situations in which it does not behoove you to be completely honest, such as a snowmobile title. I am not lying to you. I am giving you the minimum amount of information that you require.
Yeah. I hope that you're not seeing this as me disagreeing with how the scene went.
I think you're correct.
I just thought you were being a little hard on her.
I think you're being correct on that. Yeah.
I love him moment.
Well, again, she literally was like, I'm going to die for this. It was my secret. I wasn't ready to say it. I wrote it in a note.
At this point, I didn't understand she was dying by holding back.
Well, neither did she, but it was clearly outlined in the beginning what these cards do.
I think she knew. I didn't know.
I know that she knew. That's what I'm saying. That's what makes this so upsetting. But everybody's answers were kind of upsetting other than her cousins.
Would you like me to go through what everybody's...
Please. Yes.
Offer? I think Hoth goes first.
Yes.
Hoth is jealous of Raven. He's turning the soldiers against him, and to challenge his command, used his card on Ione more than once, and he's been sleeping around. Ione's answers are interesting. Ione wants to be powerful. She wants to be fearless, which is why she wants to marry Hoth.
No, she used the mating card because it made her fearless.
Okay.
Powerful is why she marries Hoth.
Okay.
And she does not love him.
No. And she's just...
I don't remember her. What were her other answers to questions?
I didn't write them down.
I don't think there were more even. I think she's like, okay, your turn to ask me a question. And they're like, pass. I don't know you. It's moved on.
Elm thinks he's the best card wielder. That was a softball question. I think that was from Raven. He hates living with his bio family. Elm trusts Raven with his life. He feels pain using the card too much and thinks he's more fit to be king than his brother.
Again, I don't feel like any of this had to be Chalice answered. I think he would have just been very direct.
Yeah, these weren't too bad. Raven truly cares for Elspeth. This is where it doesn't even work on him.
Since the second moment he saw her.
second moment. I thought that was funny.
It was funny, but it cracks me up that he was pretending like, well, I'll just be like you guys. And he's like, since the moment I saw her. It's like, we're adding extra information again. Stay in character, man.
Lies that he has been busy doing the king's bidding.
To be fair, he has been doing the king's bidding.
He thinks he's better looking than Elm.
No, Elm is better looking than he is, decidedly. Elm says, do you think I'm better looking than you? And he said, decidedly.
Oh, and I think I interpreted that to me as I thought he was saying, no, you're not.
Oh, yeah, no, he was agreeing with Elm. He was gassing up his buddy.
When asked if he's still pretending, he kissed her and said he never was.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get you riled up again.
No, you're fine. I'm not riled up.
Now it's Elspeth's turn.
Hold on. The sister never went?
No, I don't think Jesper even went. Nobody asked Jesper.
I think they did ask Jesper questions.
I didn't write it down.
Oh, all right.
What
fair.
was the question,
I
Jesper?
don't remember a single one of them.
I don't think she
I think they were of no substance, but I believe Jesper went fourth, and then it was Raven. Because they kind of went around the table.
Well, I don't think she provided much, if so.
Where do you picture their seating to be? We imagine this as a round table.
No.
Right. Oh.
I picture it as a straight, long table, and they're all on one side, and they're up top, like in those castle movies, and they're up front. And then there must be one up a tier higher for the king and queen.
In somebody's residential home, you believe there's 3 tiers of eating tables, dining tables.
In the movies where they have all
You're
these
right.
tables.
There's a raised table at the head.
Yeah.
Room.
Yeah, and it's a straight one, and they're all sitting on one side.
Yes, looking out over the subjects. Also, none of them have a back to their door.
Yeah.
Or their back to the door, yeah.
That's how I imagine it.
Okay. So I imagine it as a circular, like, bar table.
Oh,
Like
and
a
then
round bar table, and they're going round robin in their circle. Who do you picture? Who's sitting next to who?
well, in this straight line, there's Hoth at the far end. It doesn't matter which, but it goes Hoth, Ione, Raven, Elspeth, Elm, Jesper.
So, okay. So that's similar to how I have mine, only I have it round. I have Hoth, Elm, Jesper, Raven, Elspeth, Ione.
Okay.
And then back to Hoth.
All right. I had it as a straight line. I didn't really think about it. I just kind of pictured all the little like knights style movies.
Well, the reason why I imagine it being a round table is he throws the card in the middle of the table.
Oh.
And Ione can reach it, and Elspeth can see it. Everybody can see the card. And I think conversationally,
You're right.
6 people, it makes sense for it to be a round table. If I was going to shoot this on video, I'd want it to be a round table.
On Elspeth's turn, we learned that the chalice works on the nightmare because it works on your blood, and it's his blood too. She admits that she's in love. Hoth asks what happened to her arm. Raven broke his promise without her really knowing what he meant when he says, "Let me help you." And as we've already said, the nightmare yelled at Raven to get out, and I was in shock.
Yeah, it scared the poop out of Raven, too. He fell out of his chair.
Yeah, and everyone's just sitting there like, what the hell's going on? And then you have Elspeth, who's like dying now, being poisoned by the chalice guard.
Here's my thing. How the fuck did he fall out of a chair?
Shocked?
Well, no, I understand why, but I mean, how? Unless he was kind of leaning back. Like, if you're shocked, have you ever been so startled that you would fall out of a chair?
I can imagine it, yeah.
Oh, man.
Where you throw yourself back to get away from whatever scared you.
Yeah, maybe. I guess I don't think I've ever been that afraid of something.
Yeah, and you were right. Ione tapped the card. Elspeth fell and puked black blood. And that's where I have, if you try lying too much, that's when it turns to
Was
poison.
the blood she puked up black?
I thought so because it was poisonous.
Okay. All
That's
right.
a great question. That would just show everyone that you're infected right there.
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking. I figured it was like regular blood.
I think it's regular blood with the sign of being poisoned.
Like you're puking blood. It's a pretty good indication you're poisoned
Yeah.
also. As opposed to all those healthy people vomiting blood.
In chapter 32, She wakes up in her bedroom, and I don't think I have the note, but you mentioned this earlier that there is an antidote. Raven is sleeping in the corner.
Chair next to the bed.
Yep.
Hold on. She wakes up and she's like pretending to still be asleep. This is my favorite part of this. It's like those videos of kids in like cars where they're like pretending to be asleep and they're like, well, everybody knows when you really fall asleep, your right arm goes up and the kid's arm gradually goes up.
And it's because she like closes her eyes tighter.
Yes, that's 100%.
What do you mean?
Squeeze my eyes even tighter. I'm like, they can tell that you're not sleeping.
He wakes up due to Elm coming into the room. He's like knocking on the door. And Raven tells him that he betrayed her trust and that he must be deteriorating because her mind was like being underwater. I actually was surprised that Raven told Elm what happened exactly. I thought he was going to kind of cover it for her. He does say, Raven, I think, tells him that there was a voice in there too. And
he's like, I heard a voice.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, fuck, from your head or hers? He's like, I don't know. I don't know the voice. He's like, was it a man? Is there another nightmare card going around? And he's like, listen, it wasn't a man, but it wasn't a woman, and it wasn't her, and it wasn't me. Some other beast entirely. He immediately spills all the beans, and this is where I'm going to give her some credit. I worry that if she would have told him this information, he would have immediately spilled the beans to everybody about it.
See, this is a great reason why those opportunities you brought up earlier.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Is I'm going to give her some credit on this one, because it turns out he's really bad at secrets.
Yeah, just immediately told Elm. He's like,
you're not going to believe this, but I got to tell my best friend right away. Also, she's been sleeping off poison this whole time. You're going to tell me it's the first chance he had to talk to Elm?
Yeah, because he fell asleep for being by her side all night. He's tired and exhausted.
Getting her up there while they were waiting for the antidote. Elm's like, listen, she's poisoned. I don't need to hang out here.
There was so much going on, getting her to the doctor, getting the antidote. It was busy.
Can we talk about how much we appreciate Elm just coming to check in on her?
Yes.
You know who didn't come to check in on her, and I'm a little upset by it?
Her dad.
Jesper.
Oh.
Wasn't Jesper up in there also worried about her health?
Jesper doesn't care.
Jesper doesn't care if he wears his underwear. You know what I'm talking about?
Is that it reminds me of the movie where it has the Egyptian cotton song.
Oh. Okay, so that's a different movie. That's a Brittany Murphy movie, Uptown Girl.
Uptown Girl.
And the one I was talking about was Austin Powers. It's my second Daddy Wasn't There reference in this podcast.
I think the reason that I connected it to the Uptown Girls, I think he was writing a song of Daddy Wasn't There or something. There was something about her dad and the guitars. Yes. Wasn't there?
So he has this whole bit about she and her dad and how her dad was this incredible musician, like a Les Paul figure with guitars and all this fun stuff. You're right. I was thinking of the Sheets of Egyptian Cotton song because it's the weirdest fucking song, but I can still remember it.
I loved it. I don't remember how old I was when I watched that movie. I'm like, oh my God, this is a hit. This is logical. He's a rock star now. This makes sense. This is great. Mom, I want Egyptian cotton bed sheets, please. And I begged and I begged and I begged. Never got them.
Well, you wasn't. You and I had Egyptian
I was just going to say, I wanted them so bad. My mom kept saying no. So when you and I got together, I'm like, I'm an adult now. Turns out they're not that great of sheets. I don't like them.
No, I would agree. I had Egyptian cotton sheets for most of high school, and there's nothing all that special about it.
No, there wasn't anything. But I held on to that for 10 plus years before I got my own set.
I just remember the song, and I'm like, this song sucks, but it's still to this day. Now, right now, it's in my head. Sheets of Egyptian cotton. Just, it's stuck in there.
We watched it with our daughter, and as an adult, the song isn't as good as I thought it was.
Not the banger you remember it being.
I can see where, okay, he's a rock star, but I see where movies today, they will ask popular artists to create songs that they know are actually going to do well. Therefore, it gets used in the song or in the movie, and it really is popular in our world.
It's like my second favorite Brittany Murphy movie, 8 Mile.
Is she in that?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Brittany Murphy plays, I think she plays Kim.
What's the song in that you're referencing?
All the way through that movie. There's hordes of Eminem music. I was just being a smartass about the fact that they would hire a famous artist to do the music, and that's a semi-biographical tale of Marshall Mathers.
You have brought up 8 Mile, I think, in every single episode.
Fucking, honestly, you and I have never watched it together.
Yes, we have.
Are you sure?
Yes, and
We
I'm
could
sure
watch it
I'd
again together.
prevent you from watching it more often.
I don't know why I love that movie. It's a great movie. It's got Future. It's got all your greatest artists. And Marshall Mathers.
You should look into the story about it now and how it's affected that individual.
Marshall Mathers?
No, the main character that it's based off of.
That is Marshall Mathers. Eminem is Marshall Mathers. That's who it's based on. Who's 8 Mile based on?
All right. I was thinking a different movie.
What movie were you thinking of? That's what the entire movie is about Eminem. What movie did you
I'm
think it was?
just going to embarrass myself.
No, you're not. I want to hear what you thought 8 Mile was. Were you thinking of Uptown Girl?
No. Every time you bring it up in the episodes, I was thinking of something else.
What is the other thing I need to know?
No, I'm so
Please,
embarrassed.
just tell me. We can beep it out later.
I think Green Mile.
Oh my God.
Is
Oh
there?
my God. Green Mile with John Coffey? Oh my gosh. Michael Clark Duncan.
These names mean nothing to me, but I do know I definitely got this wrong.
You could not have been more wrong. Also,
I definitely have been thinking about the Green Mile.
Green Mile is actually probably one of my favorite movies too. But they both have Mile in the title, and you were like, it's same.
Don't question me anymore.
First of all, I'm not questioning you.
We're
But I
done.
love 8 Mile. Did you look at 8 Mile?
I did. I knew immediately I was wrong. And you kept saying Eminem's real name. I'm like, yeah, I get it. He has some songs in this movie. Sure.
Hold on. You thought there was Eminem music in the Green Mile?
I just trusted you. I don't know.
I do understand your question as to which song now, because I cannot imagine. They're like, what do you want for your last meal, John Coffey? He's like, I don't know, mom's spaghetti. There's vomit on my sweater already. Do you believe in heaven? No, but I'm beginning to feel like a rap god.
To answer the other question, though, now that I know what movie we're talking about, no, I have not seen 8 Mile with you.
That's exactly where I was like, I really don't remember watching it with you, and I want to watch it again.
I think we should.
I think you need to at this point, now that I realize that's why you always, every time I make an 8 Mile reference, you're in a real different area than I'm at mentally when I say it. I just thought
single
that
time.
you really hated Eminem.
No, I was thinking Green Mile the entire time.
That would
Tom Hanks.
drastically change the references. Yeah, what's his name? Not Tom Hanks. Michael Clark Duncan? Michael Duncan?
John Coffey or some.
No, you're right. John Coffey is the character's name.
Yeah.
But what is the actor who played him?
Michael Clark Duncan.
Michael Clark Duncan. I always get his names confused. You got 3 first names. R.I.P. Michael Clark Duncan. You were an incredible talent. I loved you in 8 Mile. I don't feel so good.
Well, that took a interesting turn. Where are we at?
I don't know, but you have to leave that in. Easily my favorite tangent we've ever done. That's such a different... If you don't know what the movie Green Mile is, or what the movie 8 Mile is, I implore you to Google those 2 movies and imagine that you got those switched around. I have never been more concerned ever for you. Do other people bring up 8 Mile, or is it just me?
It's just you.
Okay, well, I'm glad it hasn't come up
Well,
more.
I'm sure that you have probably talked about both of these movies, and each time I think of Green Mile.
Okay, when I bring up Green Mile, you're not thinking of 8 Mile.
No. it
Okay,
doesn't
well,
go
that
way.
part's good. But I love that you're like, you should look into this the movie who the guy's based on. It's 8 Mile. It's Eminem. Oh, so good. I love you so much. You are the funniest human.
Well,
Yes.
Raven asked her what the voice was, and she let Raven in.
No, she's like, I think it'll be easier to show you.
Yes, but
Why would it
permission.
be? Yeah, but why would that be easier?
She's like, you already found out about him. I'll just let you talk to him.
It's a wild play. Because then she's like, be nice, I'm letting him in. And I love the nightmare in this one too. He's like, hey, this time you've come with permission.
Yes,
Lovely, you were invited.
I have the quote, Raven, you, at least this time, you come invited.
Yeah.
And then I think he gets asked, who are you? And he does his usual speech of saying who he is, but it was...
I'm the diddler in the day.
No.
Nightmare in the night.
It ends with the nightmare in the night. But it was well done. I should have wrote the
so
quote
well
down.
done.
She tells Raven and Elm that she absorbs what the Shepherd King bartered from the cards, which I think is a bold statement for her to say that when she's only touched one of them.
I would agree 100%. I was like, I think she's really latched on to one event.
We should probably touch some more cards and figure this out.
Yeah, also, what would possibly be the downside?
Yeah, you get everything back. Well, I mean, the creature in your head. Yeah, I mean,
well, but
there are
would it
downsides.
continue to be the nightmare also? Now, if a nightmare touches a card, does he absorb things? I want to know.
We're going to have to find out. Raven asks if she can really see the cards. This was odd.
She's like, no, but he can.
And he was like disappointed in her. Almost like...
Yeah, because she fucking lied to him.
I don't think it's a lie.
Well, then she should have answered the question, yes, with his help.
Yes.
But she said, no, he can.
I think it would be like, I don't think that's my magic related. I think that's his magic related.
Yeah, I think there's any number of ways in which she could have communicated this more clearly versus just saying, no, but I can using his eyes.
In this moment, Elm pieced everything together immediately. He's just like, all right, I've solved the mystery that is you. And Raven asked for privacy.
Well, also, she starts giving him details because, you know, Elm's like, listen, I'm not in your fucking head. You guys need to say something out loud. Because he's just awkwardly staring off while they're having their mind battle.
And he has no clue. Like, for majority of the conversation, he's just like, I still don't know what this voice is.
Well, and she stops him. He's like, all right, tell me what's up. And she starts the story with the whole child book thing. And he's like, bitch, I don't need the bedtime story. Give me the actual details. Is he wrong in this one? Yes. Because what she's saying is pertinent. However, I would say he's also used to her roundabout communication style. He has not trusted her, and now he's been proven right.
Yeah.
I think it's fair criticism on his part to be like, no, you need to give me the actual information. Like, spit it out, Spindle.
This story section is a little bit confusing in recalling it. There was a moment where she is literally showing Raven her memories, I think.
Yes.
Of this. And then they're telling it to Elm. And then Elm is piecing everything together.
Yeah, the scene is really well done overall. I'm just also in support of my boy Elm.
I also wonder if Raven is questioning chapter 27 now. This whole time, this dude was in your head.
Well, how could he not? But also he's like, the head game though.
Raven asked about the nightmare taking over. The king calls them down. I think that was where Raven and Elm, they leave, and she's back to being by herself. Her father enters the room with the well card, and he asks how she felt about Raven. This was a sweet moment.
It was.
And he asked how she felt about Raven, gave her the well card as a gift from her mother. I have the note that she goes to the event thing, I think that whatever the name day thing is, and she tells Raven that the card is in her room, and the plan is for Philip to take the card back to the U Castle. Initially, when I heard this, I thought that was a bad thing because I wasn't sure Philip was somebody trustworthy with a card.
Yeah, no, Philip is their boy.
I think he actually did take it because then when she gets ambushed later, it was a good thing he took it.
It was, but can we agree that Raven's whole point when he leaves her there is absurd? He's fighting with his feelings a bit. He's like, oh, we'll talk later. Bitch, she's in constant danger. She's being left there with the dude who just poisoned her, and you've just reviewed that he obviously assumes it was you guys in the woods. Why would you not take this opportunity to make her feel as reassured as possible?
I took it differently, I guess. I took it as You're at your father's. You're safe. We have to go do this, especially if we're going to continue to commit treason and be undercover. We will be back. And I think he thought that he was leaving her somewhere safe.
Yeah, I think he did think he was leaving her somewhere safe, but reasonably you would have some caution with the guy who poisoned her in this house yesterday. He set a trap for you in her house.
Oh, so maybe that's where...
You know the prince is still there.
No, I didn't think... I thought that they all left. Name day is done.
No, name day festivities continue. They were going to have the rest of today to find that card.
Oh, I thought name day was over. She, like, on the name day party, that's when she tells Raven about the card. He's like, perfect, leave it here. When Philip and the rest of the group go back home, just like all the other parties invited, that's when Philip will take it back.
Why wouldn't she go back? She lives with them now.
She does, but I think that because she was still healing.
Okay.
And that she was somewhere safe with her father.
All right.
And uncle.
Okay, all right, we'll call it good, but we don't trust the uncle.
We don't, but everybody else does.
No, but I'm saying they have no reason to trust the uncle.
There's no reason not to.
What do you mean? She brought up how he got the nightmare card under weird circumstances. She doesn't understand what the deal was for her uncle to be selling off his daughter and this nightmare card and getting in tight with the king. She doesn't think much of her uncle already. Her dad she trusts, but even then at arm's length. She does not. Nobody trusts the stepmom. I don't know. It seems to me like I would not leave you in that situation.
I think that it's fair that they didn't assume that the uncle was going to sell her out the way that he did.
I would definitely assume the prince is up to some nonsense after that whole ordeal, where he asks a specific question, you never answer it, and instead start coughing up blood and are obviously poisoned. You discussed how Hoth clearly suspects you guys are committing treason, and then 5 minutes later, I'm like, well, I better go.
You're not wrong.
And he's not even nice to her on the way out until she brings up the card. And then she's like, I'm sorry again. And he's like, you don't need to apologize. I broke my promise to you. Him taking ownership is perfect. I like that. Him going, just like that, huh? We got the card. It seemed like he was just done using her for that card. And he just needed her for the next card. I don't know. I don't know if I trust Raven. I'm going to stand by this.
Interesting. I'm under the assumption we trust Raven.
Yeah, I know. I'm not, I think I'm 10, 15 chapters in, something like that now, where I'm not trusting him.
Interesting. Yeah, you've mentioned this a couple times, and I see where you're getting at. I disagree. I do think she was left somewhere that everyone assumed was safe. Where are we at? We're finishing up chapter 32. She goes to the event thing, tells Philip. She made a comment about if she knew this would have been the last time she spoke out loud to Raven, she would have chose her words differently. Chapter 33, Philip took the well card, and this time I thought it was maybe not a good thing. It was a good thing. Her uncle came into the room with Elspeth looking for something. They walked to her room way upstairs to see her aunt, and we've already mentioned this many times. Hoth was in her room. Her uncle didn't need the scythe card used on him to bring Elspeth. Then Hoth used the scythe card on Elspeth to ask if she was in the woods that night. He is so adamant about asking. It's like you know the answer.
Yeah, but he wants confirmation, which, again, I don't like Hoth, but I respect it.
She attacks him. I don't think with the nightmare. I think this is Elspeth attacks Hoth.
Yeah, the nightmare taught her how to beat the scythe card.
Knocks the card out of his hand, but then he uses the night card and tied her to the bed, used her...
Chair. Tied her to the chair that Raven was...
Okay.
He tied her to the chair that Raven was sleeping in when she woke up.
And what I got from Hoth's dialogue is he's using her as bait against Raven with the plan for him to step down as captain and stop whatever their plan is.
Yeah, so he can confirm that she's infected.
Yes.
And that they're committing treason. So he can hold that over Raven. Then he can be captain of Adestrius. Raven can fuck off. Or he'll murder him. He hasn't decided yet.
Yeah. Because, he has her tied up, I'm assuming, to wait until the Willow dude shows up to test her blood.
And to get her confession.
Yes. And she decides to let the nightmare take over, knowing the risk of her deteriorating. And the physician walks in. I still have the bed, but we said that it's on the chair. Chapter 34, she's still tied to the chair while they stand over her. Raven is kind of nearby. I think he's outside.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody is still there. They're
She
out doing training
screams.
exercises.
Yeah, she screams and attacks. One thing that I caught from this, how did you imagine how she escaped from being bound?
She broke the bone between your thumb and your wrist so that she could slide her hand out of the restraints.
Oh, I thought there was more blood involved, and like it was so tight that she like ripped skin off.
I think she
Bleeding
was,
everywhere.
maybe that's the case too. I don't know.
They realize that she helped the boy escape and attack the soldier. She then attacks Hoth. Oh, I think she already let Nightmare take over. Hard to say. Hoth tries to use the scythe, and the Nightmare tells him, quote, "It cannot help you, not against me.
Which was
And-
cold.
What are you without it?" This whole scene. This is my favorite scene probably in any book. I loved it because she was completely possessed. The Nightmare is unhinged. I have the no exorcist-like scene.
She turns her head when the physician goes to attack her and she's on top of the prince, dodging what that dude's doing, kicking everybody's ass. And then Hoth bucks her real hard. He uses the superpower card, bucks her off of him, and then they beat the fuck out of him.
Raven, I think, used his card on her because he heard her screaming. He was like checking in on her.
Yes. At this point, he feels like he has a free pass to talk to her.
Yeah, I was so surprised by this.
I'm assuming it's a briefing they had when she invited him into her head.
Okay, it better have been that he now has a pass because I'm like, what are you doing back here?
Yeah. Well, now he's concerned.
And she tells him, "Don't come for me."
I might add, he was also concerned when he came back into the house for her, knowing clearly that he had left her in a precarious position. All I'm saying.
And this is a moment where I think the Nightmare is trying to only take over for as long as necessary, because then I have she's giving up and then she let the Nightmare take over completely. And his memory starts flooding in, and a memory of meeting Elspeth for the first time, which was really cute. And then I have the note, it's kind of like Freaky Friday. He is now her. And I think he killed Hoth and the physician while saying the most badass line, "Long live the king."
Yeah.
And the pronouns change. The way that this whole
Your perspective.
narration.
Yes.
The narrator kept saying we. He.
Yes.
And it quit using I. I know that much.
Yeah, it quit being a singular person, which I think was really cool.
And that was also part of why I don't think that the Nightmare is taking over forever and that she's just resting, like, aside.
Yeah, and to be fair, the only reason it wasn't we before is that the Nightmare would just not be involved, and she refused to acknowledge the Nightmare as being a part of her.
I wonder if the next book is going to be worded that way, if it's almost like Elspeth is the one narrating and she's using the word we.
That'd be cool. I'm down.
Chapter 35, the three amigos break down her door, Elm, Jesper, and Raven. Hoth is alive, but something is wrong with his legs.
Yeah, she fucking tore him up.
I think he doesn't have legs anymore.
And he may not survive.
Oh, and here's where the narration changed. She is used when talking about Elspeth, and that's when I thought, oh, now the narrator is the Nightmare. And then it goes to we. Elspeth admits to killing them, and she's bleeding from her head and yellow eyes. Elspeth set the king free and told Raven to let Elspeth rest. My notes are confusing because I did not know which way to choose how to explain this, but Raven is talking to Elspeth's body, aka the Nightmare.
He's talking to the Nightmare. Her eyes are closed at this point. And the Nightmare, number one, before the Nightmare finished taking over, she made the Nightmare promise to help out.
Yeah.
With what their mission was, which I think is good.
Elspeth turns herself in to the captain. That's the plan, I think.
The Nightmare as Elspeth.
Yes. I
turns
have
himself in.
Elspeth. Like her, yeah. And the king locks the Nightmare away while Raven is watching, trusting the Shepherd King. Even though he doesn't trust the king, the Shepherd King, he's
I'm going to keep calling him the Nightmare.
I think that's fair.
At this point, that's also the only part of his personality that we have.
They are too scared to chain her up. The king talks to her that there is nothing she could offer to get out of her fate. And then I imagined her creepy crawling up to the king and saying that if you kill her, he will never collect the deck. And she wants to collect the deck, but the king must release Emery to his parents. The Shepherd King offers him/her in exchange for releasing Emery. The king can have the Twin Alders card, and the Nightmare/Elspeth knows where it is because that's where it lays now, where he left it.
Yeah, it was
We talked
awesome.
on all those points, but
We
yeah,
did.
that's where we got through those chapters. But I don't think that we missed anything really in those.
I don't think so either. So give me your rating.
5 stars.
Of course.
5.
Perfect.
Especially
Favorite character.
the Nightmare, not as much as like the last book that we read with the side character. I love the Nightmare. And I like Jesper. I wish that there was more of her.
So yeah, I don't feel like there was a lot of Jesper.
There
We were given
was.
some good moments. I agree with you on favorite character. Not as good as a gargoyle, but still the most compelling character in this book. Definitely the Nightmare.
What would you rate it?
4.25, I think.
I think that is what you gave it on Fable. And then I bumped it to 4.75 because of mine.
Because of Adri bias.
Well, 4.5, that was too low to represent mine. And 4.6.
Well, 4.312579, I think is what I rated it.
Probably.
It is really a good book, though.
Who's your favorite character?
No, same. Nightmare. He's not a gargoyle. He's good. I'm really excited to get to the second book, also because this is just a duology. So I'm actually going to get to put a nail in a goddamn coffin.
Yes.
It's done when it's done.
I don't think we've read a single finished series.
I don't believe we have finished a single series.
No, I don't think we have. Do you have any theories for book 2 that you want to lock in now?
I stand by. I don't know that Raven is super trustworthy. Like, he is, I guess. I just don't think I like Raven, maybe. Elm's going to end up with whatever her name is, the cousin.
Ione.
Yes, Ione. And the Twin Alders card, they're going to gather up all the cards. He will gradually become the Shepherd King again through all of the aspects that were transferred into the cards. And then that's how they end up setting magic back to happy-go-lucky zone. Those are my big guesses. What about you?
I liked the guess or idea that you brought up earlier that the card is in the grave. I wonder if... I don't think that there's going to be this corpse revival. I wonder if Emery is going to be the reincarnated Shepherd King.
That would be cool, too.
Because rather than dying, he takes over the soul of the Shepherd King.
That would be neat, other than I kind of like the idea that the characters are autonomous.
But it's the only way I can think of separating Elspeth from the Nightmare.
The Shepherd King gets to
without-
pass. He gets to die in the next book. He
Oh, you
shouldn't
think
live
so?
forever.
That's a good point. Yeah, he has to just be let go.
Sorry, no, you keep your theory. I did not mean to shit on your theory.
Well, it wasn't a theory. It was just more, they have to separate. How are they going to separate? And I didn't see them digging up the body corpse and reviving a body. I didn't think
No.
zombies were coming into the next book.
I think I think he's gonna sacrifice himself to set magic right.
He's going to sacrifice himself.
No, Ron.
I love you.
I love you.
You're my bestie.
You're my bestie. Open your legs and close your books. It's over. Thank you guys for supporting us. It's been a good time. If you'd like more,
Follow us here, TikTok or Instagram. Fable, if you want to join our book club. Patreon, if you want episodes early.
drop it on Tuesdays if you're into that sort of thing.
Oh, yeah. Episodes are releasing on Tuesdays. If there's a 2-parter, it's going to be on Thursdays.
We accept 5-star reviews and nothing less. If you leave something less, you're a motherfucker.
No! Honest reviews.
Not that honest. Only leave a review if you're willing to be a 5-star honest person. Should we come up with something mean to say to him on the way out? I kind of want to pick on him.
No, I
don't
would say
want that,
love
dude.
you. Bye.
Oh, you can tell him that you love him.
Okay.
I won't.
Love you guys before Ryan bullies you out of here.
I'm fine with most of you. I love you, bye. The We're a Smutty podcast. The books, you're right. They may or may not be smutty. We read 3 Little Pigs, and one of them gets fucked. Get ready. It's not the one you think. Which one do you think is the sluttiest pig?
None of them.
I think it's the one in the brick house.
Oh, I was thinking the one with the hay.
I thought you would, and that's how I knew it. Because the twigs aren't sexy enough, the hay one's like, oh, please don't blow my house over. Yeah, no. That's sad that you would think that. It's the one in the brick house, because it's the one you wouldn't think.
This is the one that's getting paid and has money for bricks.
Whoa. First of all, it's a slutty pig, not a whore pig. This pig does it for the love of the game.